Namaste, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me back on the mat for another day of every daily yoga, 20 minutes every day, and just looking at little bite-sized chunks of yoga to see if we can reap the benefits of everything, the plethora of benefits that yoga has to offer. So it can help us through life. That's really what it comes down to. It doesn't fix everything, but it helps us manage and cope with what's going on around us and inside of us. So I thought we might do a slow, steady rhythm today. Life is crazy out there, huh? It feels like everything is just coming at you. So yoga seems like a really good time to absolutely slow down and let it go, let it all flow. So I don't want to waste a minute. Coming into Barefoot Yoga, so shoes off, gorgeous people, and you have nothing else to do. Doesn't matter, you just grab a hunk of floor. That's as simple as this can be. Coming into a cross-legged, I'm going to stack my heels on top of each other. I'm really comfortable this way. You might just sit with normal cross legs. If it's uncomfortable for you, pop some cushions underneath, or even sit up on a cushion for just a few moments. We're going to center in first, because listening to ourselves and checking in with ourselves about how we're going is the best way forward, so that we can understand what we need. All right, so let's just come into a really comfortable seated position. I'll tuck my heels in. And we're going to start with just checking in. So we're just going to sit for a few moments. I'd like to invite you just to very gently, very softly, just close your eyes and just let your face relax down. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. And just feel yourself just sinking down into the earth. Really feel connected to the earth here. But thinking about our beautiful posture, because we want to get as much oxygen in and let our brain know that we are totally alive, by making sure that we've got enough room to move our lungs and be able to expand our lungs here. So just have the hands resting very softly on top of your knees. And let's just take a couple of moments just to absolutely be, before we do anything else. So I want you just to really connect to the feel of your body. Just notice it exactly where it is. The heaviness, try to feel heavy through your legs. Try to get really connected back to self. It's the only place we can understand. We have to own how we feel. We're the only ones that can do that for ourselves. But I'd love you to think of the skull shining, so the universe looking down and connecting to the crown of your head. So just really vibrant up top, so we feel really awake. And let's just close our eyes for a couple of moments, and I just want you to kind of imagine you're looking inside yourself and you're just checking around the body, just noticing, being really curious, and just noticing little things. It's in our quiet that we start to understand. Little messages come flying at us, and then we can start to do act upon what we feel rather than what we're thinking. So just feel yourself in all its glorious stillness. And hopefully, if you're like me, you've got a very quiet space around you where you can really feel safe to turn in and just have some time listening to what your body is telling you. Let's take that into some really slow, steady breathing. We're going to slow it all down. So the first thing I'll get you to do is put your hands up on your chest. We'll do a little bit of pranayama. So we're going to be breathing through our nostrils. Firstly, this is just feeling our breath. So I want you to feel your lungs pressing into your hands. Let's take a big breath out through both nostrils. And inhale. Just keep inhaling and feel your chest rising up. And exhale. Feel the movement. Be comforted. It's like rocking a baby to sleep. Inhale. And exhale. Feel your whole body just sinking into it. Last one. Inhale. And And exhale. And you feel that presence of your own breath that is your life force. Let's bring the hands around, just around the ribs now, and we're going to do the same thing. Your focus, your concentration is in your hands. And take a big breath in and a big breath out. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. Glorious. Already feeling so much calmer. Hands onto the belly now. See if you can get that belly moving as the diaphragm descends. You may or may not feel it here, but just have a little crack at it. See how it goes. Inhale. Belly should be pushing into your hands. And as you exhale, feel it just pull back into your spine. Off we go again. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And just gently releasing, coming back to that seated position. As I said, let's not be in a hurry. Let's just, go really slow and steady. I'm going to have a little move, a little groove through the body today just to check in on it, see how it's going. I'm going to move pretty slowly. So the first thing I'll get you to do is come over onto your knees and your hands. And we're just going to start to move into the spine. So just nice and steady. As you inhale, we're going to push the hips back and lift the collarbones. And as we exhale, we're going to tuck that tailbone under and let the shoulders rise, let the head drop. Even here, guys, don't be in a hurry. I want you to get the rhythm to your breathing. So the amount of time it takes you to get to kind of your end point is determined by how long it takes you to fill and empty your lungs. Let's take this last one in and just round it all out, and beautiful, and coming all the way back to a nice and neutral. Let's check in with the legs a little bit. So I'm going to slide this right leg back onto the toes, and we're just going to feel the back of the leg. Nothing dramatic. We're just feeling. We're tuning back into our feel. And let's bring that knee back in. Swap it over. Let's send the left leg back, doing exactly the same thing. A really gorgeous stretch for the back of your legs, and bringing that one all the way back to where we started. Nice and neutral in our coffee table. We will stretch the shoulders out here, so we're going to step the right hand forward and step the left hand forward. Keep your hips up nice and high. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, let the head travel down towards the mat. And let's take 3 breaths here. Let's just check in, feel it, make sure you can feel nice and peaceful. Let's take an inhale and an exhale. And another one. Keep breathing. Once you really perfect this art or an act of connecting to your breath, looking up, your head comes up and your hands, we find yoga becomes, you stop grasping to get things to happen. You're already they're already happening. All right, we'll go sticking with the spine. We're going to slide these hips forward, and as we slide the hips forward, we're pushing into our hands and lifting our gorgeous heart open, shining. Feel like your shoulders are rolling back, and take a couple of breaths here. You might want to kind of, just roll around a little bit. Get used to the feel of your own body and how it moves. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to press into the knees and rise all the way back up into our neutral. Putting a little bit of balance into our life, so we're going to challenge ourselves just a little bit today. You're going to send your right arm forward and your left leg back, pushing back through the heel. And just see if you can find your place by feeling your body. And there we are, returning back to the earth and flowing off on the other side. Feeling our mind becoming balanced and calm, because we're not moving so fast, we're actually tuning into how it feels. Knees quite wide, you knew it would be coming, big toes together, and as we exhale, let's take those hips all the way down, let's take the arms forward, take a big breath in, and as we exhale, the emptying of the lungs is making the move to draw us down. These poses are designed to let us be with ourselves, to look inside ourselves, to spend time with our body exactly as it is, without desiring it to be anything else. As we inhale, we're going to lift the head. I'm going to rise back up onto our knees. We're going to float this right foot forward, tuck our left toes under, and come halfway. So we've got the front knee bent, the back leg is straight. We're back into that stretch in the back of your legs. Your legs get really tired, so we're just going to remove tension nice and simply today. So from here, see if you can anchor that heel, drop your left hand down, and let's just put a little bit of movement into our spine. The amount of time it takes you to rise up is determined by the amount of time it takes you to breathe. Don't lose sight of your breath as we move through. Floating that hand all the way down. Anchor it. We're going to swap over. So turn those toes in and drop that down to the knee and send that leg all the way back, and so we can just use the hands. We're moving slowly today. Yes, we are. Alright, so the first thing to do is tuck those toes under and rise up halfway. We're feeling like we're just sinking the heel down at the back. Beautiful. Spine is gorgeous and long. And just tuning into those muscles. We're not trying to beat them up or smash them around. We're actually trying to act really kindly to ourselves here. Dropping your right hand down, and we're going to move into that twist. And taking our time, as long as it takes you to inhale, is how long it's going to take you to get that arm all the way up to the ceiling. And we're going to float it all the way back down. We're going to send that leg back, drop down to the knees, big toes together. Ah, you guessed it. It's my favourite place to be, you guys. So, because it's peaceful and it's gentle and it's kind, and it's what I feel I need right now today. Coming up onto the knees, let's have a little go at downward facing dog. We will do a little bit of tucking those toes under, but we're just going to tune in. So left heel up, drop your right heel, bicycle in. Drop the other one, pick it up, and just feel your way into your body. And as that feels good, you can sink both heels down, just check it out. You're tuning in. You might have a move of the hips now, feeling like there's lots of room to move in there. You don't want to feel stuck. We're going to take the right heel and we're going to have a little go at stretching that back behind us. And just challenge your balance again. See how that feels. Beautiful, looking gorgeous. Let's swap it over. Just let that foot just land. And when you're ready, up we go onto the other side, pushing back through the heel. And just feeling your body melting into place. Glorious. Let that land slowly and steadily. No hurry at all. Scoot those hips up again. There's our beautiful down dog, already feeling so much nicer. Transitioning here is we're going to bring this right foot up to our hands and we're going to flow up. We're going to take our time because that's what our breath needs to do. We want to really oxygenate the body, oxygenate the muscles so they can move. Then we need to remember to slow our breathing down and get our breath nice and balanced to make us feel balanced inside ourselves. Hands at the heart. And as we exhale, we're going to straighten up that front leg and glide down like we're just falling inside ourselves again. And taking charge. When we fold forwards, it helps us feel our breathing and connect to our breathing and remind us that we are meant to be breathing. Coming out of this is lift your head, bend your knee, so you've got a nice weight into your hands, and we're going to send that right leg back. There's our downward facing dog. And we're going to swap over onto our left side. So left foot floating up, not in a hurry. And as we inhale, up we come. Slow and steady today. We don't want to, when we can feel ourselves getting a little bit wired, a little bit high, a little bit out of sorts, the best remedy is to drop back into the body and practice poses that help us feel really steady. And steadiness comes when we can feel our body. We drop our brain from our thinking to our feeling. Beautiful. Coming up is look up a bit. We're going to just come to this position so you can get the weight into your foot and push it forward. See if you can let your right leg land. Gorgeous. Now, let's see if we can just move forward from the hips. See how that feels. You might want to sort of sway into it a little bit. Challenging the breathing here because your lungs are pressing into your thighs. Nice and slow. When you come up, we're going to put our hands on our hips. Do not come up in a hurry. We're going to inhale with our head first and then our shoulders. And we're going to keep breathing the whole way until we're standing. Roll those shoulders. And here we are. Here we are. Let's stand for a moment now. And just feel our feet, spread them out, ground down, and feel your steadiness, your body completely balanced and steady over itself. Gorgeous. All right, we're going to put a little bit of movement, a little bit of groove into this. I think I'm going to have to come sideways. It's going to be the easiest way to see this. So normally we've been doing a bit of balancing. We're normally doing a static balance where we're kind of not really moving around too much with Vrikshasana or tree pose. Today I want you to have a little go. I'm going to come this way. We're going to have a little go at putting in a dynamic balance where you're moving the whole time. The reason I'm throwing this one at you today because the lesson of using your brain to move. Okay, so with this pose, I'll show you first because you cannot do this, I don't think, while you're watching me. So let me show you what's going to happen. As we inhale, we're going to bring our knee up, this right knee, and it's going to be just about hip height. We're going to bring the arms up as well because our arms are going to help us to balance. And as we exhale, we're going to push back through our heel and scoop our arms out to the side like we are Superman, flying through the sky. And the reason I want you to try this, because I want you to trust your body to know exactly when to move to keep that steady and smooth. All right, you're ready to have a go? Slow and steady, do not be in a hurry. Here we go. We're going to inhale, right knee comes up, hands come up. And as we exhale push through the heels of your hands out, scoop them out to the side and push back through your heel. So it's an active move. You're not just sort of hanging in the air. Think of yourself like Superman, grows our courage and our strength, or Superwoman. And as you exhale, drop it back down to earth. And the whole way through, how did it go? Super steady? Yeah, I like it. All right, let's just take one more groove into our hips and then we'll get back down. So this one's kind of to cement it all together. Beautiful warrior. Right toes out, left toes slightly out. Inhale, open the heart. Here we go. And as we exhale, follow your body down. You're breathing, you're exhaling down. That's all that's happening here. Beautiful. Looking out over those right fingertips. And let's take a couple of breaths here to really feel it. Breathe in and breathe out. And one more breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And when you're coming up, we're just going to press through both the feet. Let the hips come up. I'm going to spin. Oh, my squeaky mat. Spin around to the other side. Inhale up. And as we exhale, we're going to follow our body because of the position we're in. As we sink in, our body will adapt that warrior position. We don't have to make it happen. If you feel overwhelmed or tired, bring the hands to the hips or bring them to the heart. That's just your heart beating to let your brain know you're alive. All right, let's try a little swoop. So we're going to bring this right arm through, turn our toes in and step it back. We're going to drop down to our knees, flatten through the tops of our feet, elbows in, and we're going to scoot ourselves down onto our chest or onto our tummies really. It's not really your chest. Because what we're going to move into is a way to open your chest. So have your hands directly under your shoulders, fingers facing forward. We're going to scoot the elbows in. And as we inhale, we're going to press down into the mat. And that pressure into the hands invites the spine to spiral open. We're going to breathe here. We're going to see how it feels. If it's too strong, come down. You don't have to stay here. But let's see if we can take a breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Glorious. Keep the elbows in when you're coming down. So remember, the whole way down you're exhaling. That's how long it takes you to get there. All right, my friends, stacking the hands, resting your head, and turn your toes out to the two sides of the room. And let's just sink, let's just be, let's feel the pressure in our chest. Ooh, if you're doing well, I can feel it. Feel your heart beating. And all this, feel that belly rising and falling. And we can just be here. Let our brain know that we are totally okay. Lifting your head, hands under the shoulders. I'm going to push ourselves all the way back up, pushing the hips back. You know we're going to do it. Of course we are. Not even a question anymore, is it? You know why though, you guys? I know I'm making a joke about it because you probably think, oh no, here she goes again doing that same child's pose. The benefits that it brings, inhale back up and up onto the knees. We're just going to sit ourselves down and come back to where we started. Child's pose is just the most delicious, gorgeous pose for dropping into ourselves and just having a moment. It's like just checking in. We would do it with a friend, a best friend. You know, we'd call or are you okay? How are you going? We rarely do that to ourselves, and that's what yoga becomes. So just sitting with your hands resting on top of the knees, we're going to kind of finish off here the way we started. Just lifting up through the crown of the head, skull shining, shoulders soft and relaxed. Give them a little roll, and then go back in the opposite direction. Everything should feel, you know, have a little wiggle, loosey-goosey, slow and steady. And let's finish off with beautiful pranayama breathing. So you're going to get your right hand and put your index finger and your middle finger down. We've done this one before, so just flow along if you haven't done it before. See how it goes. We're going to turn the hand around. We're going to close. We're going to breathe out through both nostrils. Close off your right nostril. We're going to inhale through our left nostril and close it off. We're going to exhale right nostril. And then we're going to inhale through our right nostril. Exhale left nostril. Inhale left nostril. Exhale right nostril. And inhale right nostril. Exhale left nostril. And last round, inhale left nostril. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. And just release your hand, coming back onto your knees. Feel amazing. Something so simple, a whole 20 minutes of your day. Totally at peace with yourself, at peace with the world around you, and feeling like you've got everything you need to get up and go again. So taking our hands at our heart. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today.